What's up, Nitro Nation? Well, here it is. Let's do a YouTube debut of Muggy's not first I would say, but first actual video that I'm going to attempt to upload. If you're watching this, that means it worked out. If you're actually watching it from the GoPro, it worked out. If not, then I guess it didn't work out. But anyway, we're going to try to... the whole thing for me is just to try to get the angle of the camera of knowing where this thing should be mounted on your freaking head. But anyway, let's fire up the badass Virtus .21. This is the 9-port. I'm keeping the 9-port, and I'm sending the 7-port to get modded. So, recommendations of my engine builder. Let's get her warmed up. So hopefully you guys are pretty much... I think I'm going to pull it right over my eyes. So when I'm looking out, you guys can see what I see. Obviously, we got our own podium right there. Up top, best fuel ever made. Again, you know, my condolences to all those people that lost jobs that work for Byron's, man. That's one thing we don't, you know, think about. There was a lot of people that made this fuel and a lot of hands that went into it that are out of jobs now. And I'm sure they found jobs elsewhere, but still, you know, it sucks that, you know, Byron's is no longer around. But like the Muggy, I've got like 4 gallons in quarts at the Nitro Cave, because we are obviously out at the Braps site, and like I said on my last video, I'm going to be here probably, I don't know, they want me to do one more training at work, so, but that's not for a couple weeks. My dad's basically helping me. We're re-renovating the whole landscape of my parents' pad, which is straight over where that flag is right there, like on the other side of it. And he has a hernia, and my mom, he's stubborn, man. It's, you know us guys, you know, you gotta drag us to the doctors, man. We do. I'd rather see glass than go to any doctor, dentist included. Well, this park was peaceful. I mean, there was some people over here earlier when I got here, maybe about 30 minutes ago. And, you know, people walk their dogs here, but it's a pretty quiet park until I get here. And we start ripping. This Virtus wants to rip. We got the new Badlands on. She's really rich right now. Not really rich, but rich right now until I get her warmed up. What I want, it looks like they just mowed the lawn here, which is good. Otherwise, it gets real thick. And even for a buggy, it's a lot of drag in the grass. You want to run it on a harder surface. But the Virtus, obviously, you guys know I shimmed it. Did a little light modding to this one, so it's got a Muggy mod on it. I've got that crank filler now, and if I'm going to keep this 9-port pretty much stock, I will fill the crank, do a crank ramping in it, see what that does. I mean, you really don't need to mod these engines once they get, you know, I don't know, because I haven't had it long enough. Look at that, this thing will pull the front end off the ground. I am running, because I shimmed down, remember when I explained to you guys, first of all, shout out to all those Muggy Maniacs, Chuggy Maniacs, Buggy Maniacs, 5th Scale Insaniacs. Hopefully this camera, like I said, I'm trying to keep the It's mounted on my head. I'm trying to keep it right above my eyes, so basically where my eyes are looking, you guys are seeing it. Because otherwise, you know, when you mess around with this adjustment that's on these GoPros, either you might get too up or you might get too down, so you guys are not seeing exactly what I want you to guys. I want to try to get it down to where when I look at what I'm looking at, that's what you guys see, and which is the whole point of having these things. So I'm going to try to find on these this little incline here, some is steeper than the other, some parts of it is steeper, so I want to find the most incline so I can just go full tilt and hit it and try to get some air, you know. But these Badlands, these are the MX ones. These aren't like the original Badland buggies. I think those are, I believe, 90-20 ones. I think that's the number. Don't quote me on that. See where we're at. I haven't touched the needles yet, so from the last time I ran it. But I think from the last time I ran it before the steering servo went out, I think my tune was pretty good. I'm gonna lean it out a little bit on top. Bottom end's okay. Oh! Did you guys see that? There's these little, where they have these little manholes or whatever in here. There you go. See, when you flip it, and you have to walk to it, it's only the walk of shame, like I said before, if your shit dies, because that means it's not tuned yet. And I'm not saying, again, my disclaimer is I'm not the best tuner in the world, but I know how to tune. And that's funny how I got a lot of shit, and still from idiots and trolls that say, oh, you don't know how to tune, Muggy. Whatever. I want to find an angle. She's waking up though. I think she's pretty warm. I'm gonna put a lid on her. These Badlands hook up though. Like I said about the Badlands, these aren't the original. These are the MX ones, but they got some knobbies on them. And and like I said, sorry the Muggy's all over the place, but on the shimming part, I don't recommend it to anybody. Don't open your engine if you don't have at least a year or more experience. Don't touch your engine. Don't ever open it up. You know, I mean, you can open the back plate, but even that, you got to be careful, because I've seen people not even know how to do that and open up their back plate, and because they don't put the piston all the way up, I guess they call it the skirt of the piston head. They pull it off and destroy it. You know, and that sucks. I've never done it, but I've came close, so. But the shim on this, because it's low, a lower shim, like my Virtus, this one here, and I didn't check the other one because I didn't take it apart, it's brand new. But the Virtuses, they come with a 0.80 millimeter shim. So I did a 60, which was okay, but I changed it to a 50, which is what it is now. And it's real snappy and punchy. And it lost a tad off the top, because the Virtuses had their road. Oh yeah. It lost a little bit of a top end, because they're an on-road designed engine, even though these now are made for the dirt. I got a little bit of it back by putting I got the 9901 super strong on here, and I'm running the 41021. In my opinion, best setup. Let's do the Crotic test now, see if we're dialed. But she's got grass all in her, all up in her. So you should be able to shake it around like this, turn it upside down, and it shouldn't, your idle should not disrupt, like it shouldn't raise or lower. That's when you know your tune's pretty dialed. You've seen product do that. Also, to check your idle, you should be able to drop it at like this, 3 or 4 feet, and it shouldn't cut off. If it cuts off, your idle is too low. All you got to do is just turn it up a little bit more. Let's top her off with some fuel. Let's top her off with the best fuel ever made. Who knows, they might come out with something better. Hopefully Mr. Za works something out with BP. I heard he's trying to get him to do a 50-50 and a 30-11 blend. Because I've used BP fuel, and BP fuel is okay. The only problem I had, it was really weird. It didn't go well on, see if this thing's still going. Yeah, plus I put a, bigger, there's a 8 gig, that comes in these, GoPros. Oh, loaded up too much. Yeah, so that's normal. If you let it idle for like 30, 40, a long time, and I usually just get on it a little bit, or you can just lift it up and clear it out, because that's normal for it to die like that, just because it gets loaded up, and that's what happens. So, but anyway, as I was saying, put the lid on. Oh, now that it's warmed up, let's turn it up and get a tune on her. I think my idle's good, so I'm just gonna quarter turn, lean out the low end needle. See what that does, because I haven't touched nothing yet. So this is the Muggy's Nitro Fuel, sugar-free Rockstar. Well, that sounds better. Let's check, see where we're at on the temps. Might as well. Wow, we're not even that hot. We're at 123 temperature, people. This thing ain't even warmed up yet. So we need to get her warmed up. It's just windy out here, and it's like only like maybe 80, so it's not hot. By the way, I started work on the new Techno body. Because you don't have a lot of room on these Techno or 8-scale buggy bodies. What I'm going to do is on the 2 buggy bodies, the Kyosho and the Techno here, I'm going to just do a sick custom, something like this, but different colored, muggy style. I'm not going to do the picture art, because there's not a lot of room, to do it on them. I only did one, and that was my MBX Mugen 5. But, uh-oh. Well, holy shit, Mug! If you quit talking and start rapping, maybe I'll turn it up just a tad more. Because I think it's not warmed up, like I said, but we'll just give it another little turn. See what that does. See if that there works there, boys. Yeah, it's thick up here. Everybody, down here it's a little thinner. I'm going to lean her out a little bit on top. Remember, you can be aggressive on the bottom, the low end needle, and I learned this from Adam Drake. He said, be aggressive on the low end, but be conservative on the top end, because that's where you start doing damage and throwing connecting rods and shit like that. So, although it's still a little rich up top, so. Yeah, so again, bottom end needle, low end needle, you can be aggressive. High end needle, top end needle, don't be too aggressive. Oh yeah, she's still rich, and she's not warmed up, so. But she rips. These Badlands hook up, that's for sure. Alright, let's send this thing if we can. Let's find a hill that's got a little bit more. We can get a little bit more air. Oh, we got a little bit of dirt. This bird is screams though. That's what these Badlands are for, man. Let's get them in the dirt, people. Let's get them sideways. Another thing, too, I mean, you know, sending it and jumping it in the air, that's cool. But if you're going to jump in the air, man, let's launch it. Why are guys jumping in the air straight up? I don't care if you straight up 50 feet. Sending it means you're launching it. Let me set something straight for the record. The only guy to this day still, it's the king of bashing, and will always be, well, not always be, until somebody does what he does. Uh-oh. I hear something came loose. That don't sound good. All right, people. We have an issue, Houston. Something came loose. I heard it. So, let's find out. Sounds like either the mesh came loose, but I don't know. So, here we go. Muggy keeping it real, man. When something comes loose or whatever, I mean, hopefully it's nothing major. Sometimes you bash without issues, but that's pretty rare. It's always something, but that's part of it, you know? Like people say, I mean, you're going to have to replace stuff, but Anyway, let's see what this what the issue is here. Let's find out. Let's go under the hood. I heard something just going. Whee! Something was turning. Something came loose. Could have been the mesh. Aha. That sounds okay, but yeah, the engine did. That's what it did. Huh, thought I tightened it. Oh well, it's nothing major, so all we're gonna do is unplug our electronics so we don't waste that. I'm gonna have to get a towel because this shit is going to be hot, people. And I'm gonna have to take the tank out because I can't see. So I'm gonna cut this video off, and then it will be continued because I don't want to bore you guys with. You can see, watch, see that? All it is the engine came loose. So we're gonna tighten that. I thought I Loctited it, but I just probably didn't snug it enough. That's why it's important. A lot of times you get so anxious, we just want to go out and rip our shit and just, you know, send it and put it on the ground and have fun, that we don't take the time. And I've done it plenty of times to kind of do a, you know, I don't know if you call it a 10-point inspection, but do an inspection of your whip, man. Check everything, make sure everything, because I could have easily stripped out some gears. A lot of stuff could happen. Knock on wood that didn't happen. It just came loose. We're good. We will get this baby ripping again. I'm gonna have to pull the tank out so I can see the mesh, because that's how I do it. I gotta be able to see the gear mesh. So we're gonna loosen the tank up and we're gonna fix that. And let me turn this off so I don't bore you guys with this, and we will be right back. Alright, people, we're back, and the problem is fixed. Because what happened is one of the set screws that holds the engine in on the bottom came loose. So I fixed it. So we're good. Didn't do any gear damage. That's one thing I've never done. I've never stripped. Well, I can't say never, but as far as on any of my race kits, the only gears that I stripped out, plastic and steel, were my XTM. These things are pretty cut out right here. Oh, yeah, these new Badland MXs, these things hook up. Definitely. So okay, so let's go over here. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the only true king of bashing, for now, is Mr. Za. You know what? That guy is the only guy that took a 8-scale race kit chuggy that he made famous. You guys know the infamous Bodegel customized TLR 4.0 chuggy, and put a modded 32 and 28 in that thing, and he sent it to the moon. And he didn't just send it straight up and, you know, go in front of his pad and do his little fresh ramp, or, you know, that stuff's cool. Like I said, hey, it's your channel, whatever you do, you know, that's why I don't, you know, people that want to criticize people about how they do their videos, you know, speak for yourself. There's a lot of videos I see where, you know, people have the ramps in front, even when Mr. Za did that, you know. There's nothing like, you know, to me anyway, and this is my own opinion, and they're, like I said, opinions are like assholes, like thinking everybody has one. I mean, how else are you going to see if your shit is badass and it performs? You're not going to see that just jumping on a ramp in front of your house, maybe going up down the street. You need to take it. I don't care if it's grass. I don't care if it's a field. As long as it's wide open, and you can scream this bitch like you see me doing now. I pin my shit. I mean, I'm top end and I'm running it rich. I can lean it out a little bit, but for a 8 scale buggy in the grass area, she moves. This is how you see if your engine, your whip performs, you know? I mean, get that bitch sideways. You know? Like some guys say, when in doubt, throttle that bitch out, man. I like my shit screaming, man. Yeah, they're jumping, you know, but like I said, Mr. Zod's the only one. He sent it 50 feet in the air and probably 50 feet launched it. He didn't just go on a ramp and go up and down. You know, if you go up 30 feet, you know, nobody's done a race truggy with a modded engine and sent that shit, you know, 50 feet in the air launching out probably from this on and up. Oop, something happened. Hope we didn't come loose again. Because one of the set screws in the bottom is, oh, yep, I lost one. Damn it. The one that I tightened up, it was kind of, can you guys see that? It's kind of, shit. I don't know if you guys can see that. See that right there? Came out. It's kind of, it was kind of starting to strip a little bit. Just the set screws. I need to replace all the hardware on a few of my vehicles. That's another thing I need to do. Highly suggest spend the 30, 40 bucks, whatever it is, for a complete hardware kit and go over your shit. You know, I tend to, you know, just do with what I got sometimes, and you know, it just creates problems like this. Problems of our own making, people. So anyway, see if I have another replacement somewhere. Replace that bad boy. I think I might. Yeah, this might work. Hopefully, we'll see. At least if I can replace it. And yeah, no bueno. I tried to snug it, but I couldn't get it snug because it was stripping. So it looks like, if you guys can see, I'll put the camera on there. It looks like it came out. Let me see if this is affecting my idle. Obviously quit. I think my tune's pretty dialed. But then again, what do I know? I don't know how to tune. Muggy Kid doesn't know how to tune shit. We're really low on fuel too, so that doesn't help. You always got to check the fuel, man. You don't want to let it get too low. It's not that it's going to hurt anything really. It's just, yeah, not good to get in the habit of running your fuel low. So anyway, well, it's not firing for a reason. Let's see what happened. Yeah, whenever it doesn't fire right away, don't beat up your flywheel and your bump box. Do some troubleshooting. See what the deal is. Oh. Should fire up. Let's see. Looks like a fuel issue. Huh. Something with the fuel. I see the fuel bubbling. Huh. That's weird. Let me see what's going on here. That's my fuel lines are pinched. Let's check this out. Yeah, these fuel lines, I'm going to have to shorten them because they're too long. Sometimes the line it was like pinched underneath here. See how it gets pinched? And when it gets caught underneath here, it gets pinched. And then it causes the fuel to kind of be inconsistent. So it's just too long. I got to cut it. See if our tune's still good. See how it raises up like that? That's weird. Yeah, there might be something clogged in the fuel line. That's what it sounds like, but whenever you get your fuel, your idle kind of raises up and down like that, a lot of times it has something to do with your fuel flow. I might just change my fuel lines. I haven't rarely changed my tanks, my fuel lines. Man, most of my vehicles probably got a good 6 gallons or more through them with no fuel and no tank changes. And like I said, I mean, I'm pretty much, I'm the guy that's like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But prevention is better than the cure. I learned that from Mike Product. So a lot of times it's just good to do it. You know, I wouldn't do it all the time, but if you start to have issues, you know, then go ahead. I just don't have issues with fuel lines and tanks that often. No hesitation there. I think she sounds good. Yeah, so you know, I'm not criticizing anybody because who am I to be anybody's critic? Like that's not my deal. Yeah, I've been critical on people in the past on certain things, and you know, like I say, hey, you run whatever you want, whatever it makes you happy, run what you got. You know, if you don't got the money, then I don't know what to tell you. Work a little harder, get an extra job, work some extra hours. There's lots of, you know, things you can do besides complain or hate on people just because they can afford shit that you can't or that you don't, you know. Hey, I work my ass off. My parents don't buy any of my RC shit. Like I said, if my mom knew how much I spent on this, she would flip. She kind of already knows, but she knows it also keeps me out of trouble. I'm right there with the Nitro Freak as far as, you know, this is the only drug that I drink. I drink a lot of these, and I know they're not good for you, but hey, sugar-free, no carbs, no sugar. Sure, the other shit's bad for you, but, you know, it could be worse. It's not a beer. See, I pin my shit, man. I don't see a lot of people do that. People, you know, the little brip, brip, brip. This is what I see mostly on video. Every once in a while, a little bit of that, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's what I see on most videos. I don't see people doing this. Pinning your shit. When in doubt, throttle out, man. That's what these things are for. Unless you're racing and you only got a straightaway that's about that long, you know, if you're bashing, pin your shit. Take it in the field, apart like this, I don't care. Get sideways. Open her up. That's what we want to, I don't know, that's what, I'm not going to say we want to see. There's no rats in my pocket. That's what I want to see. I'm a motocross guy. I'm an off-road guy. I want to see shit wide open, flying. Not people, they're little, excuse my language, short pussy blips. Pin that throttle, man. You're going to launch it on a ramp. Get that thing going 40, 50 miles an hour. Launch it 20 feet high, 50 feet long. Like that, man. It's not going high in the air, but that's sending it. Sending it isn't just launching it 20 feet up. I mean, I rip my shit. It may be in the grass and a little bit of dirt. I may not jump it 20, 30, 40 feet in the air, but I rip my shit. I pin my throttle wide open. That's what these things are for, man. Get them sideways. Whoa! Oh! Like I said, it's only a walk of shame if by the time you get there, without giving it any throttle, it quits. Oh yeah, this Virtus is nasty. It's got a muggy mod, but it ain't no full mod. I can't wait to get the one, that 7-port that Lance is going to give it a drag mod. That thing will be violently nasty. Well, a lawnmower here. She wants to mow the lawn, people. This Virtus ain't playing. I like the 9901, 41021. Like I said, it's got good bottom, And it's got plenty of top end, so. Let me see, but when you shim it down though, remember when you shim your engine down, 244, it's gonna run hotter, definitely. So 244 isn't too bad. When it gets around 300, that's no bueno. So what I'm probably gonna do is I might put it back up to a 0.60 millimeter shim stack. I can't see it. That was cool. Now let me see if I can do that and get down here better. Okay, let me put it straight. Might hope it don't hit me. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do it because I can't see it. She's launching. Trying to get her to clear the hill. Oh! I hit that little dip down there. Alright people, I think that's about it. I gotta start heading back to the pad. So, we did a little bit of ripping. Hold on, let me kill this thing. The other issue that I have with this thing, because of the way the clutch is on there, it's got the Novarossi 14 tooth clutch bell on it, and I had to, in order for me to shim it right, it's not completely, it's offset, so to speak. Not all of the pinion is on the spur, if you guys know what I mean. Most of it's on, about 95% of it is on, right? But when you have your, when you line up your spare gear, sometimes, I'm going to have to run a different clutch on it. I have the, I believe, I don't know if you guys can see in there, but, yeah, you guys can see it, I guess. See if you can see. You guys can see down in there. See how the clutch, bell, the pinion, and the spur is, they're not 100% on, you know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of the spur showing instead of it being, the clutch bell being up farther. It's back too far, and that's another thing that's causing it to kind of run funny and make noise, so I don't want to jack up this spur gear anymore. But we got to run it. I think I got a little bit more fuel. I might try to adjust it some more. Do some more running even after I'm done filming this video. But I just want to give you guys a little bit of a footage, and you know the muggy, gotta talk shit. but I can back my shit up. So, like I said, I want to try to bring... My dad has a little ramp type thing that he uses in the back yard from when he's bringing in gravel and stuff to get up a step. And I might be able to put it up out here. We'll see coming up maybe later this week or next week, because I'm going to be out here. I don't go back to work for another 2 weeks. So I've got a lot of extended vacation. But I am getting paid. I'm still making my chips. Parents aren't, you know, supporting me. I got my rent 3 months ahead paid already, plus my, you know, other responsibilities. I've been, you know, able to afford not just my habit, but my daughters have a real sick anime and you know, figures. They're animated figures, and I don't want to call them dolls. They're figures. Those of you guys that have ever seen them, you know, she's got like Silent Hill ones. You know, she's got like, you know, one of them's got, you know, these different game characters, and these things are like $200, $300, $400, man. These things ain't cheap. And my daughters, you know, they both work and they're going to college, you know, so they're responsible girls, but you know, they're still at home living with my mom, and my mom, you know, as long as they're working, going to college. One of them is going to be moving, both of them are going to be moving out soon, but anyway, the postman and UPS and FedEx, man, those guys are delivering packages all the time, and especially with me there too. I got a lot of shit that I had to go back out to the pad, I think sometime this week, if I'm going to be out here for a little bit longer, and pick up. So I want to bring my 5B out to my parents and kind of show you all the upgrades that I've done so far, but we'll just wait in a week or so. I'll let you guys see it. When I've got all the goodies done, I'm going to begin painting the body. Plus I got the new Techno body. I also got the new Kyosho body. I've got those all cut out, all dremelled out, grinded, everything ready to go. I just got to do the masking on both of them. Like I said, on the buggies, you don't have a lot of room to do my little character things where I do that picture paint that looks pretty cool, which I've done the God of War one. I've done the Kratos on God of War, Zelda. I've done the Joker. I might do a Joker or possibly a Venom, badass Venom Muriel with the picture art stuff on the 5B. I think that would be pretty cool. So it'd be mostly black, red, a little bit of white, because Venom's eyes got that white in the back, and purple. Those colors would be in my 5B. I think it'd be pretty sick. I'm kind of already envisioning it in my head. And yeah, whatever paint job you do, as long as it's your paint job, you did it, it makes it personal. The reason I do what I do with the picture art thing and the graphics, because I want to separate myself from, you know, every John Doe that sprays a paint job or just does a quickie. Like I told you, my bodies take about a week to do one body, because I cure it right, I let it set, and that way the paint lasts longer. You know, I don't even have to, you know, even if I did crash my bodies all the time, and I beat up my bodies pretty good. As you can see, I flip my shit all over the place. Yeah, it's on grass, but I flipped it on dirt, flipped it on concrete a couple times, you know. I can always get another body and repaint and paint it, but I want my stuff to be unique. I have a bash body, and I have a shelf queen body. I don't got any shelf queens. I run my shit all the time. I don't own any shelf queens. Okay, and that's one thing I'll never have. My shit might look like a shelf queen, but I run it. You know, I may not, you know, bounce it across dirt fields and concrete and rocks, but I run my shit. Just the fuel alone and the heat and the exhaust jacks up your bodies already. So anyway, like I said, the only one king of bashing until somebody can take a race kit truggy, not an RTR, modded 28.8 or 0.32, which are the two biggest engines in Nitro, and or Pico, and launch that shit 50 feet in the air and 50 feet out, you're not the king of nothing. Legend in your own mind, maybe, but other than that, Mr. Zaw is the only one that's done that. And the only reason I think he's not doing it right now is because LA Bash closed, or he'd probably be there ripping his shit. I think he would. You know what I'm saying? John just, his passion, as you guys know, is fifth scale drag racing. He doesn't even hardly fifth scale bash. You know, his Baja, whatever that thing is called, his Baja Max, that's his little new bash toy. And he has the MTXL. He's got some badass fifth scales that he could bash. But he just, if you guys, I don't need to tell you guys, his passion, for now anyway, and that could change, you knowing him, is fifth scale drag racing. He is 98% into that. Which kind of sucks, because we as guys that really like to see John do his nitro and fifth scale bashing, we missed that. You know, I'm not much into drag racing. I don't think I'd ever get into it. I like to, you know, it's like one of those things that you would rather go to, like for me anyway, I'd like to go to I'd go to Top Fuel drag racing. I think I'm going to do a video probably in a month or so. I'm going to go with my dad to one of his drag racing events, and you guys will see his blown alcohol, 1200 horsepower blown alcohol, 500 cubic inch drag boat that he has. My brother drives. He said it was cool. I can film it, and it'll be badass. And that way you guys can see kind of what I am into. You know, more or less. Dirt biking, drag racing, off-road racing. You know, as I said, only if you're not bottling out your shit, man, then I don't know why you would even care about what kind of engine you run. You know what I mean? You can run a piece of shit engine in there, because all you're doing, most people are just jumping on ramps and going straight up in the air. If you're going to do that, send that shit. Jump it in the air and launch that shit 50 feet. That's pretty badass to me. But like I said, I'm not going to say, oh, that's what people want to see. I don't know what people want. That's what I watch. Guys that just go back and forth on ramps, I fall asleep watching that shit. I mean, mix it up, man. Going to some dirt fields, going to some off-roading, you know, show us you ripping it up and down your street, pinning the throttle full speed, doing some speed runs, you know, just going back and forth in your front yard, and that shit bores me. I don't know what other people think. That's just me. And you don't have to cater to what I like. Matter of fact, it doesn't matter what I like. If you're getting 80% of your views, if you're uploading a video and you've got, you know, thousands of subscribers or hundreds of subscribers, and you're getting about an 80% view average, okay, or at least 75, then that means you're doing something right and you're putting in the hard work, and people like watching that. If you're not, it's because you're boring the, excuse my language, the fuck out of people, and people really don't give a shit. You can get a million comments all you want. If you're into the YouTube, and you know, I don't care about the YouTube ratings, and because I don't do this to living or make money. I don't care. It's not a pissing contest or popularity thing to me. Obviously, and that's inevitable. Because if I wanted to have 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers right now, I would have been a nice guy and just blown smoke up everybody's ass and, you know, schmoozed them like half the guys do. The reason you guys know this, that I don't have a lot of subscribers, is because I'm a dickhead. It's because I can be an asshole. It's because I don't give a fuck. My name is Chuck, and I don't give a fuck. If you want to watch my channel and what I do and how I do it, and learn, and I will help people out, I have plenty of times, then watch my channel. If it doesn't interest you what I do, don't watch it. That's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I get 80% views on all my videos because people enjoy. I guess I'm entertaining. At least I could say that, whether it's from the drama, the shit talking, you know, I don't know what I'm doing, whatever it may be. All I can say is I know for a fact I get 80% views because people like watching me for whatever reason. I don't care about why. Okay, so anyway, enough of my ranting. I'm going to rip this thing some more, make a little bit more adjustments, and I will catch you guys at the makeshift nitro cave. I got more goodies coming. I'm about to get ready to paint. The Kyosho MP9 is getting rebuilt. I'd say probably in the next 2 weeks or so that thing should be together. I've got most of all the upgrades already with it, and other things that I'm going to do to it, but I've got a sick paint job in mind. I ordered some of the Badlands just like these ones, the MX, but with white rims. And, you know, like I said, whatever makes you happy, whatever you have fun at doing, do it to the best of your ability. Don't worry about what other people think. People don't like it, they don't have to watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a popularity contest for me, anyway. So I don't care if people watch. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to share my shit with you. This Virtus is nasty. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. You probably won't be able to see them very well because they're, well, let me take one off, but they're expensive, man. But if you look at these things, look at these. These are J Concept wing nuts. They come in different colors. This is like a royal blue, but these things are sick. Look at the machining. 7 to 75 aluminum. I think they look badass. I don't know if I'm going to keep them on here, but I ordered a couple more. They're like 20 something bucks a piece for 4 of these. They're not cheap. They're very light. They don't weigh nothing. But they look pretty badass. I like them. So anyway, 9901 Super Strong 41021 header on any stock engine is, my opinion, the best combo. Got bottom, mid, plenty of top. This Virtus, I'm gonna put it back up to a 60 shim. I think it just tops out too quick. So I think with this .60 it'll pull a little bit better. But it runs great. It runs fine. It's a little screamer, man. And this Virtus is a nasty engine. This thing's brand new still, so it's maybe got, I don't know, I'd say maybe three gallons through it, if that. I haven't ran it that many times. Probably maybe a half a dozen times. But I will probably ramp the crank, because the cranks don't come ramped in this, because I'm going to keep it semi-stock. I don't really care for too many stock engines. You know, as you guys know, I'm into going to the next level. Modded engines or nothing. I don't think John Bodeshell was talking about, you know, next level stock engines. He really didn't run all the .21s at all. He was into his 32s and his 28s, man. He hardly even ran the .25s, I mean, that he had in the past. But anyway, you know, that's what he talked about, next level. Next level in 8-scale nitro is a lot of different things, but the main thing that Mr. Zaw got across, of what I got out of it anyway, maybe you guys interpret things that he did differently, is .28 modified, .32 is next level badasser. So I've got 28.7 I got hooked up with for like next to nothing, already modded by Lance. That's coming. I've also got a 20, you know, I've got 7 engines, like I told you, that I will unbox and you guys will see. 4 of them will be 28s and 32, and 3 of them will be some badass .21s. So I will have a lot of reason I'm only getting modded .21s, and I'm getting a few more, is because of my Kyosho now. I'm going to put modded engines through that. The Techno, we're going to carbon fiber wrap the bottom of this chassis. I've got an extra one. I'm also going to replace the shock towers and the shocks, because they're pretty beat up. They work fine, nothing's wrong with them, they're beat up. I like my shit looking fresh. You guys know how I am. As far as the shock towers, you know, they just get scraped up. I got a brand new wing for that I'm going to put on here. What else? Oh, and I don't have titanium turnbuckles on this thing yet, so that's one thing I will do. I want to have this Techno buggy pretty much identical to my Truggy. I don't know if they make an MTC chassis like the one I got for the Techno, but that Techno will, in the next couple weeks, will be built, or rebuilt I should say. So we're going to have a brand new MTC 4mm machined, CNC machined 7075, well, that's a lot to say, badass chassis, Techno NT 48.3 chassis going on that thing. It's already carbon fiber wrapped. You guys see me do that. We're replacing the shock towers, making them new. I've got brand new shock caps that I'm putting on it. What else? Replacing the front and rear gearboxes. I might replace the radio tray and, you know, the side guards. And pretty much it. I just want to get the whips that I have now. I want to get them all like topped off, as far as all the bells and whistles, all the goodies. Okay, you know, if you want, I recommend front and rear chassis brace, or rear chassis brace for the Techno buggy, aluminum 7075 aluminum top plate, and front and rear 7075 4.5mm, they're thick drivetrains. Okay, rotating mass, less for it to turn, better run times, just smoother overall. And other than that, there's not a lot of upgrades you can do to the Techno buggy. So I'm going to try to see if I can fit one of the Truggy tanks in here, because 125 cc's is okay, but I like to run 150 cc tanks in all my shit, just less refills. So anyway, there's another, what, hour probably we got between this one and the last video. Hopefully I spliced them together. I don't know, we'll find out even how this is going to come out, because this is the first time that I'm going to attempt to upload a full-length running video on my new GoPro that's on my head. So, alright people, that's all the Muggy's got. Peace. I'm out. Oh, nitro is the true glory, but e-buggy does, not this is an e-buggy, but e-buggy does pay the bills. Don't forget that. Shout out to the normals, 1/5 RC, Gearhead Addict. Shout out to Nitro Freak, man. He's doing more running videos. The guy is actually, whether it was, you know, Mr. Chris Tenner lighting a fire under his butt or not, you know, we need to see more people, you know, running and doing both. You know, balancing it out. Doing some educational, wrenching videos here and there, unboxings, and doing some running. You know, you got to have a good balance. That's why I get a lot of views, because I try to do a little bit of everything. So, Fitzgill, we got more goodies coming. At the end of this month, we will start the build on my sick, modified OBR Signature Series 34 full drag mod, okay? And I'll keep you posted on that. But anyway, we've got a lot of goodies. Got to get that center diff that I just got, the aluminum one, built. Got to finish the tires. Got a couple other things that I'm adding to it, and then we're going to start painting on the body. Like I said, I want to have the it's bright out. Put my glasses on. Oh, check it out. Oh yeah, people, look at that. Byron's is looking chill. Anyway, I want to have the 5B fully complete, all the bells and whistles and goodies as the you know, as a roller, and then all I got to do is drop in the engine, the pipe, and we're good to go. Servos are coming, so I can finish putting in the radio tray and all that. So anyway, no hurries, taking my time. Lots of nitro to do, lots of nitro coming on this channel. So catch you guys on the next video. Remember, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, okay, long as you learned, and long as you gave it all you got, put in 100%, that's all that matters. People will watch your videos based on seeing you put in the hard work, and seeing that you care because you share things and you try to help people out. So, again, you know, I was throwing a few extra things to help people out. You know, make sure you go over your whip. Don't just run it from last time, which a lot of people do. Check everything, check all your nuts and bolts, make sure everything's Loctited, everything's snug, and you should be good. Alright people, that's all the Muggy's got. Peace! I'm out.